Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality. While listening, you'll be exposed to inspiring, empowering, and unifying perspectives that I'm highly confident will yield stellar results in your life if you opt to try them on for size. Also, at optimistic.tv, we have officially begun releasing the first few episodes of our new late-night style, consciousness-elevating video variety talk show, Optimistic, which features live visionary art, soul share interviews, retreat guests here at the Mystic Manor, as well as live musical performances. I'm also super excited to announce that we are currently making plans to release the rest of Season 1 on my personal favorite online streaming service. So stay tuned to optimistic.tv to follow the unfolding development of this exciting Optimistic expansion, as we'll be posting more info and release dates there soon. And in the meantime, be sure to check out, of course, the first few episodes at optimistic.tv as well.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome. Welcome one and all. Thank you for joining us today. I'm here with Samantha. We are back again. It's been a couple weeks. We've missed each other. I'm sure you've missed us together, and we're back.
Yes, we are. And I'm feeling great today. I have a big smile on my face, loving life.
Yes, she does. Loving life, loving everything about life. It's so beautiful. She's glowing, y'all.
Aw, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about some good, positive, effective, efficient, character building stuff today. Let's go inward, Erica. Let's focus on some good stuff.
Yeah, let's do that. This year, we've been talking about this year has been the time to go inward, and we're seeing all the different ways that is necessary right now. So, one of the things that came up for you recently was living in integrity and being in integrity with yourself. And what does that mean?
Yeah, I have this value. One of my highest values is integrity. And what's fascinating is that this week I really got to have the veil of illusion and denial ripped from my ego, and I got to see how I have been so out of integrity in the slightest, most subtle ways in every aspect of my life. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. And integrity is an energy that when you break it in one way, it spews out into every single facet of your life. And I really got to see that. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't fun. It was extremely painful. And I'm being called forward to really deepen and embody the utmost level of integrity in my life. And I feel a huge quantum shift happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be able to realize those subtleties even happening is humongous, because it takes a lot of work to start realizing the subtleties.
That's exactly it. And for anyone listening that's like, okay, well, we kind of know what integrity means, but I don't really know what it means. The definition of integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles or moral uprightness. And we often think we're honest, right? Oh yeah, I'm an honest person, but there's like subtle manipulations or little white lies, or like doing things that aren't really right, but you rationalize them and you justify them, and you disillusion yourself. And then, like, are you cutting corners in your moral principles, or are you really following what you believe to be true? Are you really keeping your word? Are you being on time? Are you meeting your deadlines? Are you doing what you say you're going to do? Like, are you being righteous in yourself and like walking that fine path of integrity? And most of us aren't.
Yeah, most of us aren't. And I also think that integrity means staying true to your inner being, because your inner
Yes.
being is all of that. It's
Yeah.
just that when we are not in complete alignment with that, then we do other things that may be
Yeah.
dishonest or manipulative. But we all do it, and we do it in ways that we don't even realize it. Like, I know for myself, when I was in a relationship years and years ago, I was in my late 20s, and my partner at the time was telling me that I was being manipulative in the relationship. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. I'm just trying to help. This isn't about me being manipulative, but it was. When I look back on it, it was about me trying to get him to do something because I wanted it a certain way, not thinking about the way he wanted it. And so this is what we do. It's like the what's in it for me thing can be fairly strong or very subtle, but it's there.
Yeah, that's, I like that you pointed that out about emotional manipulation. There's
Hmm.
so many ways that we don't realize we're emotionally manipulating, right? If, say, one of the ways is like, if I feel pain and I try through my pain to get my partner to stop doing something that causes me pain, say it's going on Instagram and liking girls' photos. I personally don't care about that, but I know a lot of women do. And
Hmm.
so, say that hurts you. Well, the person who's being hurt or feels hurt, then is either extremely sad or tries to use guilt or other manipulation tactics to get your partner to stop doing that thing so that it modulates your emotion
Hmm.
rather than you just modulating your own emotion. And that's one subtle way that we manipulate. Another way is if we're really upset or hurt, we withdraw or we walk away or we cut out. And it's like to then use guilt and sadness to control the other person to then get what we want. There's like so many ways, passive aggression and using things from the past and using guilt and using shame and blame and all sorts of ways that we emotionally manipulate ourselves and each other. And it's just so toxic and it doesn't work. It doesn't proliferate a happy, harmonious interpersonal relationship. It's quite corrosive actually.
It really is. And what it does is it creates a separation, and then it creates walls and boundaries, because now when you're acting that type of way in this type of emotional situation, then your partner's going to say, "Oh, well, now I need to act this way." And it turns into this dual manipulative, how can I behave in order to not offend or upset that person, right?
Yeah.
And if we were all just living in integrity, and what's been coming up a lot for me lately is candor. Just saying whatever it is that is on your mind. I feel
Mm.
like if we were just more open like that, we'd have a lot less issue too. And maybe we'd have a little bit more upfront. You never know. But
Yeah.
just to really say the truth, not tell those little lies, and
Mm.
give everyone the opportunity to make a decision based upon that truth. Because when we're
Yeah.
telling those little lies, we're not offering the opportunity for that person to make a fully balanced decision for themselves, therefore taking something away from them.
That's it. So many people present themselves in a way because they know that they'll get what they want that way, but then they
Yes.
have to keep that up. And then
Hmm.
the energetic exchange is based on falsities. There's no foundation to it because it's fabricated. It's not the reality. And when
Hmm.
that happens, the other person subconsciously will feel it and feel some kind of instinct of like, this isn't right. And the person doing the manipulation will subtly hate themselves because they know that they're not in integrity. And something that came up for me this week was recognizing when the places I was very out of integrity were mirrored to me very strongly. I felt so much guilt and self-hatred directly in my digestive tract. Like there was knots and gurgling and I couldn't digest being how I was being. And I recognize I've had digestive challenges on and off for a few years now. And it was so clear, oh, I can't stomach the way I'm being because I'm not
Hmm.
being true to who I really am. And my soul knows this. And my body and my soul are not in connection. They are disconnected because of the energetic misalignment here. And my body is not going to digest for me properly because it wants me to be in alignment with my soul. And so my digestive challenges were really my body being like, hey, Sam, I love you. And you are out of integrity with yourself. And I'm going to stand up for you and guide you back to yourself because I love you.
Hmm. I love that so much, because that's what all these body symptoms are. And we talk about this a lot, but I think it's really important to reiterate. Every single symptom, in the body is a sign of something mentally and emotionally going on within you that needs attention. The fact
Yeah.
that it is now settled into the body means you've been ignoring it. If you had paid attention to it when it was just in the mind and in the emotions, it would have never settled into the body. So the body is like that final thing where you have to pay attention. You can't not pay attention to the pain or the discomfort or whatever it may be. It's making you. And now you have to figure out, okay, what is this? And that when we're not, I love that, because when we're not digesting properly, like how we are and how we are behaving, it's going to come right to that spot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Hmm.
it's so literal. Like, you can't stomach it. Like, what
Yep.
can't you stomach? What can't you digest? What do you not want to assimilate into your being?
It's
It's
very
amazing.
literal.
It very is. And you've been in the field a long time. I've been in the field a long time. Over the last 14 years, I've seen some really amazing, miraculous healings. People that
Hmm.
suffered from chronic degenerative diseases, from
Hmm.
fibromyalgia, pain so bad they could barely move, they were crippled. And what was the pain? It wasn't a physical thing. It was a deep emotional thing. It was a deep resentment, deep hatred, deep fear, deep literal pain, being
Yep.
in pain
Hmm.
emotionally. And when you go through the stages of acceptance and you allow yourself to feel your feelings and you allow yourself to have compassion and forgiveness, and you feel into oneness, tap into the unity consciousness, the pain clears.
It does.
And
Hmm.
it's so amazing. And it's even more amazing, really, to me, that people just don't believe in it because
Yeah.
it's not scientifically whatever, but it is. New
Yeah.
science had come out around epigenetics and the biology of belief and quantum physics and entanglement and all sorts of photon theories. And we're seeing how the body and the mind are not these separate things like psychology and medicine used to believe or still believe. It's an intricately connected oneness that they're playing into one another, because they are one another. One is the subtle body and one is the physical body.
Hmm. I can tell you in my own personal practice. So I practiced primary care naturopathic medicine for, I don't know, at least 10 years before I got tired of it. Because what I started to see was that no matter what we did, like the best therapies, physical therapies, we could do like ozone blood therapies. That's really, really strong. And people would still not be healing. But the reason why was because there was something going on within the mind and emotions that they just were not able to understand or get to, or whatever it may be. And I didn't have a tool at that point to help them, but I knew that that's what their block was.
Yeah.
And so once I found Dolores Cannon and QHHT, I was like, there's the answer right there. This is how we get to that place in the mind. This is how we understand. This is how we can really attain that place of balance and forgiveness all within ourselves. So that was the ticket for me. And after that, and I started practicing, I stopped doing primary care naturopathic medicine because I felt like, why would I just stay on a hamster wheel and run around that constantly, getting nowhere, when I can just do this other beautiful magical technique instead and people actually heal, like
Yeah.
amazingly, quickly, immediately. Yeah.
It's
And healing
amazing.
isn't always physical too. Sometimes if it didn't come straight to the body or it hasn't come to the body yet, it's still in the mind and emotions. Great. The healing happens there
Yeah.
very often. Yeah.
Mm. Oh,
So
thank you
yeah,
so
the
much
body
for
doesn't
sharing that.
lie.
Yeah, that's
Say
it.
again.
You want to be, I was just saying, thank you for so much for sharing that. It's so
Yeah.
powerful. And yeah, like the mind and the body are, like you said, they're intricately connected. And when it comes to integrity, like asking ourselves, like, who are we? Who do we want to be? Who are we really? What is our higher self and our consciousness and like our true essence? And
Hmm.
one of the things that I love studying are different practices for success. And there are many, but 7 of the steps that really shape great character. I'd love to just like go through them real quick so that anyone
Yeah, that's
listening
great.
that's like, yes, I want to shape my character and I'm into personal development. I feel like there's a lot that we can develop physically and spiritually, and this I feel like is very like psychosomatic, mental, like strong-willed of character. And the first thing really is deciding your high level values. Like, most of us don't ever take the time to step back and think about what is our character and what is really like our values that and our morals that guide our life. And what are they? And do we have that strong moral compass? The second thing is really defining what excellence is. Like, what does it mean for me to be personally excellent? Doesn't mean perfect, but it means like excellent. How can I set a high standard in my life for everything I do to really do your best, right? And this is one of the 4 agreements as well. The third one is like organizing your actions, like not just throwing darts at the wind, but really being clear with your actions and being organized and developing a plan to make the life of your dreams and to be the person that you're really proud of. And the fourth one is decide what you want for yourself and your family. Like if your families are valuable to you, like what does that mean? You know, like what kind of quality time are you spending with yourself and your family? What are the activities you do? What are your quality of life? Like what are those values? The fifth one is to keep focused. So most of us set a goal and then we get just like totally blinded by shiny objects and by the next big thing and by the next trend on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. But it's like really keep focus on who I am, like what matters to me, what I'm creating in my life, who I'm becoming, and having that personal practice. The sixth thing is shaping your own character, right? Like we are so conditioned to be these like little robotic people that just believe everything that's been conditioned to us and force fed to us. And it's really important to like shape your own character and who you are, enjoy high self-esteem and develop your self-worth by doing the work. And then the seventh thing is really taking consistent aligned action. It's so good to have a vision and to have a plan, but a vision and a plan without consistent aligned action isn't going to get you anywhere. So really seeing what you want, asking yourself who you're becoming, and then being that person regularly. And these are just 7 simple steps to really develop and build strong character.
Before we continue on with today's episode, I'd like to take a quick moment to tell you about our new sponsor, NOOM. I agreed to do this promo spot because I am super impressed with the futuristic and simple process that NOOM has implemented to revolutionize diet and wellness. NOOM is the unique habit-changing solution that helps users learn to develop a new relationship with food. And it's not a diet. No food is good or bad. As we talk about on the show all the time, it's all about proper balance and having good habits. And NOOM just teaches you how to look inside your own mind and make better decisions for yourself. Sounds familiar, right? It's based in psychology, so I'm personally really excited about starting to use it to understand my own thought patterns better. And they make it super easy to do with a minimal commitment of only 10 minutes a day, which is essential for someone like me with so much on my plate. No pun intended. So if you'd like to take the journey with me and sign up for a trial, head over to noom.com/positivehead to start your trial today. That's spelled NOOM.com/positivehead. I mean, what do you have to lose except outdated habits and perhaps a few extra pounds by signing up for the trial? Once again, NOOM.com/positivehead.
Those are excellent. Thank you for sharing those.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really like the keeping focused one because that's something that I'm constantly being reminded of and also reminding everyone of to remain focused because that's the only control we really have over all the situations going on, right? So if we can remain focused within ourselves and, what are our goals and our values? These are the ways we manifest. Like when we're truly in integrity with ourselves and we go through all these 7 steps, then we're creating this magical life. We're creating what we want to see. We're manifesting everything we really want this way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really all about maintaining integrity.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
for me, one of the things is like that I realized I was out of integrity in there's a few main ways, but one of the main ways is I would say I want to do this thing, like I want to get into really great shape. I want to like be more regular with my diet. I want to do this. And then I just wouldn't. Like I'd do it for 2 days and then I would just stop. And like there was no consistency and dedication to what I really wanted. The other way was I train people and I coach people and I lead workshops and I was being inspiring by giving good information, but I got to ask myself, am I really doing the things I'm teaching? Like, are there things that I'm saying to do that I'm not doing? And there were in my business, in my coaching practice, in my relationships. And I had to say, wow, okay, I am not practicing what I'm preaching. Is that in integrity? it's not, and then like honesty being the third thing. Like I'm really an honest person, and yet there were some things that I wouldn't share the full story or the
Mm-hmm.
full in like spectrum of the honesty. I would pick and choose to paint a different story that it was all truth, it wasn't lying, but it was omission and creating a different situation that actually is lying because it's not full truth. So I got to really just see that, and like it feels good to take ownership and decide I'm choosing something different now.
Totally. Yeah. And it's funny when I think, because I do the same stuff. Um, Definitely, do as I say, not as I do, like kind of thing.
Yeah, it's true. So we've all been guilty of that. However, the other thing about being in integrity is not being consumed by guilt, right? And so when we recognize the guilt that's coming up, instead of beating ourselves up and going further into self hatred and denial and rejection of the self, it's like, oh, how can we be lovingly accepting of that emotion that's coming up, the guilt, the pain, the shame? Feel it, transmute it, heal it, and let it go.
Right. Because once you've gotten it, like be proud of yourself that you even are aware of it. Like, oh, caught it. Sweet. I'm aware. And now I can work on it. I don't need to hold a guilt about it because I wasn't aware. Now that I'm aware, I can do better. So, yeah, no reason to hold on to that. And I think a lot of this, too, for me, when I do it, is I'll hold back on the whole truth because I'm too worried about what the other person's going to think or how their view of me may change because of it. And this has been coming up a lot for me lately, too, is that I just, we can't care. I
Yeah.
can't care. We all can't care about anybody else's opinion for any reason. To hide anything about yourself, it's the time is over with that, right? Like we just have to
Yeah.
truly be who we really are and just be it and not care. Because if we all did that and we all kind of eased up on each other a little bit, and maybe if we all could judge ourselves a little less, we would stop judging each other a little bit more as well. And then we would
Mm.
all be or feel a little bit more free to,
Mm.
just be ourselves a bit more.
Aho to that. I so resonate with that. And I feel like that's why, a lot of people, whenever they listen to my interviews or the podcast or to my videos, they're like, wow, Sam, you're really real about your shit. And like, and you're always kind of saying like things that I would never like admit about myself.
Hmm.
And I just feel like I am such an imperfect person and I mess up like a lot. And I've made really, really intense mistakes. And that's okay because we
Hmm.
all have. And the
Hmm.
fact that I can own my shit and I can share it, I give others permission to not be in their guilt and shame, to not hide in the shadows, to come forward into their light, to transmute. And I've given myself further permission to share my greatness because I'm not afraid of my shadows and therefore I'm not afraid of my light. And I'm not holding myself back and withdrawing, and I don't get caught in that web of I'm not good enough because I believe we're all good enough. And once we believe that and we can just show up authentically as we are, like that's where this new world that we always talk about is created. And this is where the interpersonal relationships flourish. And this is where freedom is. In
Mm,
it's in the micro just as much as it's in the macro. And it
yeah.
begins inside of us.
Totally, right. So the more that we can just say it, say what we're feeling, just be honest, it does. It gives others the permission to do the same. Because like in your case, people are yeah, of course you're going to get those people who are going to disagree and argue with you, but then there's going to be so many people who are like, "Thank you for that." Because I feel that way too, and I was ashamed to share it, you know?
Yeah.
And it provides an avenue for healing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we all need
Yeah.
to be more honest
Yeah, the
with
truth
each
will
other.
set you
Yeah.
free. I keep
Mhm.
saying that the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. And we need to check ourselves in our truth because it's
Mhm.
so easy to be in victimhood. This is a huge
Mhm.
lesson I got to see through some reflections seeing my mom this week. I got to see uh, I got to witness victimhood majorly and how victimhood skews the perception of reality and it creates a false sense of truth. So it's
Mhm.
really important when we're pointing fingers at other people and when we're in our victimhood to really stop and say, hold on. Is this the capital T truth of how I'm feeling? Or am I in my shit? Like, am I projecting? Is this my pain body? Is this my wounding? Is this the actual truth? And to recognize when you point a finger outwards, there's going to be at least 3 pointing back at you.
Right.
And so to really do the work, to remove yourself from yourself, to look back in at yourself and ask those questions and discern what's actually happening, and if you're being disillusioned by your own ego.
And that's difficult to do in those moments. Say you're, heightened emotion, you're angry, you're upset, whatever it is. But, to remind yourself to get to that place, once you've taken a deep breath and removed yourself, coming back to that place is very important. And just reminding ourselves, it's really just a reminder, because we can forget so easily, just stay in our humanness and forget how big we really are, about our big me inside that really is just so loving and isn't judgmental at all and loves us so much. We can feel that same way about ourselves.
Yes. Self-love, self-acceptance, inner integrity. This is so good.
Yes. Yeah. Remaining true with your inner being. I really think that that's really what this comes down to.
I agree.
It's all about what our higher being is, and it's all inside of us. And if it's not coming out, it's just because we're blocking it. Yeah. Just needs a little recognition. It's all there.
Yeah,
in
let go.
Every single one of us.
That's it. We just need to let go of the energetic constipation and let our higher selves flow through.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's really no need, right?
Yeah.
No need to hold back.
High five.
Constipation. Yeah. No holding back. Let that shit go.
We need to post this with a poop emoji.
We're talking about letting our shit go today. Yeah.
So good.
Beautiful.
So good. All right. Well, this has been fun, Erica.
It has. It always is. Thank you for this very enlightening conversation. Good reminders, as always. And thank you for sharing your personal journey with all of us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Absolutely. For anyone listening, maybe writing out the different 7 steps, or writing out what integrity means to you, and asking yourself what's important and how you want to be, and doing the introspection and being gentle with yourself throughout the process. It's important.
Yeah, that's really important. Just, loving yourself like your own child. That's a good way to do it. Treat yourself as you would your own child. Yeah.
Yes. Love it. All right, you positive heads, we are going to leave you with a positive song today by one of my dear friends, Nick Aslan, and this song is called Why.
Yes. Until next time, everyone. We love you all.
Love you. Mwah.
And if you're feeling the call to come for a week retreat-style Mystic Manor immersion, remember to go now and book your time to speak with me directly about stepping into the optimistic vortex at calendly.com/talkwithbrandon while there are still spots left. Otherwise, I look forward to co-creating magic with you at the Mystic Manor.
Reason to stand in front of family and then start speaking. Then for healing, chill back, got tension, ease it. My body sure don't need it. Key to mental lock, free it. You and I share one spirit. Looking at the planet from a distance, you can see it. Not separate, not far. One whole, we're all apart. No, we are not apart. Close your eyes, see with your heart. You can feel it once you start. It might even make you wanna make new art. Might even make you wanna shoot for the stars when you realize the miracle that you and I are. I know I'm here. I know I'm here, y'all. I know I'm here. That's for the love, y'all. How could I miss it? All the beauty you exhibit. My love, you are exquisite, even if society is trying to dim it. All the light you hold is brilliant, good vibrations, I can feel it. Let it out, overflow, spill into all 7.5 billion of us. One love, one earth, one sky above. Make your own peace if you want world peace. Letting go of habits that leave us deceased. Heal that which is in your reach. Place compassion between your teeth. Tell me, what does the whole world need if it ain't for love? Why would I speak? I know I'm here. I know I'm here, y'all. I know I'm here. That's for the love, y'all. Tell me, what does the world need now? L-O-V-E, no doubt. That's what it's all about. You got that love, better let it out. Tell me, what does the world need now? L-O-V-E, no doubt. That's what it's all about. You got that love, better let it out. Tell me, what does the world need now? L-O-V-E, no doubt. That's what it's all about. You got that love, better let it out. Tell me, what does the world need now? L-O-V-E, no doubt. That's what it's all about. You got that love, better let it out. I know I'm here. I know I'm here, y'all. I know I'm here. That's for the love, y'all. I know